Guys, this is Hound Dog True, Chapter 3. Here we go. That afternoon, Maddie takes something shiny, silver, out of her bureau, carries it to Uncle Potluck's rock ledge out on the rise. It is shady there now, but most of the day the rock has kept company with the sunshine, and the day heat has soaked up into it. Maddie lies down flat on the rock, feeling the warmth of it on her belly. She places the silver thing in front of her. It is a notebook, a silver notebook with creamy white paper stitched into it, the kind a person would have to work real hard to tear a page out of. It was a gift from Mama given 2 weeks ago, on the very day she said they'd be moving again. I thought you might want to write your feelings in it, Mama had said, but right off Maddie knew that book was too fine for feelings. And she didn't write stories anymore, not since Star. Maddie didn't tell Mama that, though, just said thank you. Now, turns out she does have something worth writing in that silver book. Maddie Breen, custodial apprentice, she writes. Her stomach flutters, same as Mama's fingers. This is how it feels to make a plan. There are laws, Maddie knows. There are laws that say she has to be in the classroom and learn fractions and spelling and survival of the fittest. But there are not laws about going outside at recess time. And there are not laws about where to sit at lunchtime. I mean, sometimes there's rules. Oh. Anyways. And there are not laws that say you have to show up at the same exact time everybody else does and jostle around in the coat room. You could go earlier. Your coat doesn't have to be with everybody else's coat. It could have its own peg someplace else. And your boots could rest someplace else too. If you are helpful to somebody, really truly helpful, apprentice like helpful, you could probably go help that person during all those lawless times. So, where do you think that Maddie is thinking about putting her stuff? Let's keep reading. Maddie turns the page, runs her finger down the center stitches. Her stomach flutters again. Custodial wisdom, she writes. Underneath, she writes all the things she's learned about custodial safety and being prepared mostly. Like how, as soon as you are done vacuuming, you are supposed to pull the plug from the socket and wind the cord snug so nobody trips on it. And how, before you do any mopping, you have to set out that yellow caution pyramid. There's a stick man on the pyramid, like the one on Uncle Potluck's ladder, except this stick man has one leg up in the air and his arms flung around with little motion parentheses, like he's lost his footing, Maddie thinks, except he doesn't really have feet, just rounded spots at the ends of his legs. Makes sense, he'd slide. She doesn't write the footless part in her notebook, just the serious part about putting out caution pyramids and mopping, and how when you're all done, you have to look back and make sure you didn't miss a spot or leave puddles orphaned any place. Either was an indication of faulty professionalism, Uncle Potluck said. Maddie writes that down too. Faulty professionalism. She will not be a faulty professional. She will spend the next 4 days writing and learning and being professional next to Uncle Potluck, proving herself worthy of being a true custodial apprentice, proving how once school starts, he should keep her by his side instead of making her go to lunch or recess or be with whatever wild kids might be at Mitchell P. Anderson Elementary. That is Maddie's plan. 4 days of proving, and then on Saturday or maybe Sunday, she'll talk to Uncle Potluck about it, apprentice to custodian, and on Monday, she'll be able to introduce herself to her new class just fine. I am Maddie Breen. I am a custodial apprentice. She can hear herself saying this bold and friendly, standing in front of the blackboard, sees and hears it so much she does not see or hear anything else, does not hear someone else coming up the rise toward her, is not ready when the voice stabs out. What are you writing? Maddie feels herself spring from the rock, spill to the grass, scramble upright. Out the side of her eye, she sees a flash, a silver notebook turning in the air, pages exposed, falling to the ground. A hand reaches for it, but Maddie grabs faster. Mine, she shouts, but only in her head. Thump, 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 the thump of her heartbeat matching the thud of her feet on the ground. Already running down the rise, her head saying stop and stupid and baby. But she does not stop because her head is also saying too late now and too late now and too late now until she is in the house with the door shut solid behind her, sliding down to sit, her notebook pressing to her thump, thump, thumping heart. I wonder who that was. And I guess we'll find out in chapter 4. Don't forget to do the exit ticket. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.